Albert the red-bearded gnome said hi. Albert the red-bearded gnome said how are you?
I am in a really, really poor mood right now, but I appreciate it.
Chevy Speed said how are you doing tonight? JJJMIK said what's up? Drunk and dizzy said months of membership got my badge back. Chevy Speed said hope you feel better soon. Albert the red-bearded gnome said hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Albert the red-bearded gnome said feeling better sir. Albert the red-bearded gnome said hugs. Eugene please said hello how are you doing tonight? Good evening everybody, I am doing good tonight.
That's good, man.
Soul Resin said hi.
Hello. It's one of those days where I just wish I was still an owner operator.
Eugene please said where are you tonight? Drunk and busy said good evening Eugene. Eugene please said nice truck stop. Caro said watch out too. Beta Blue said hi you Robo. JJJMIK
Hello.
said I am out of work, I got rained off. Soul Resin said where are you diving to?
West.
Sawa Alvildo said hello. Eugene please said you in Dinwiddie County, Virginia near Petersburg, Virginia.
Yep.
Sawa Alvildo said hello.
Hello. I don't know about Halo. Really never liked that game.
Soul Resin said where are you going? Salabit G said where do you eat?
Eating the truck.
Chess Lights said I ran you ran we all ran for ice cream. Amar Sadukan said happy Saturday night. Eugene please said Interstate 85. Snowman Rick said hey Rob good to see you.
Hello. No, I just had my time wasted very, very badly, and it's just stressing me out. I don't like it. And even though I get paid for that, I still would rather just be moving.
Eugene please said trash on Interstate 85 ramp. Caro said on what?
Picked up a trailer. I I did my pre-trip, and there's a damn light out. Just a little light on the corner, on the driver's side, very back corner, a little red light. And I decided to be the professional and go ahead and get it fixed. You know, an hour and a half later, finally got it fixed.
Chest lights. Said Robo, what is the Tom? Can you check what the Tom is real quick? Amar Sadukan. Said any latest update on your music? Snowman Rick. Said welcome and folks hit that sub and like for Robo, thanks.
So instead of having an hour buffer on my hours, now I have a 45-minute deficit. It was a 30-minute deficit, but I stopped and got some coffee and some chips because I was kind of hungry. I'm a little salty about that. I don't like having my time wasted. I don't like sitting around.
Said I like the way Robo says Tom. Who says time? It's Tom.
Don't say Tom.
Kingston all. Said hi Rob.
Hello. I'm the type of person that if I've got a job to do, I get to it and I don't waste it. I don't waste Tom. I don't waste time doing anything. I just get my job done. Because the faster I can get it done, the faster I can goof off.
Haley Kingston. Said hi. Kingston all. Said what are you hauling today?
Stuff. I don't know. I didn't look in the trailer. It's got a seal on it.
Amar Sadukan. Said any latest update on your music? JIDBTHE. Said I hope you errand things while you drive. Haley Kingston. Said something cool. Chest lights. Said Robo's hauling some missiles to the Middle East.
I'd like to. What's on everybody's mind now? This Iran stuff.
Chest lights. Said ha 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 ha. James Brighter. Said hey chat hey bots. Haley Kingston. Said dang. Amar Sadian. Said yeah it's messed up and terrible.
No, I don't know. Something to me, I don't know. I mean, they're out there drone striking everybody and, you know,
Snowman Rick.
everybody.
Said let's keep chat politic free, thanks. Boomer ZU. Said I ought all ya. Starlord. Said how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Eugene please. Said Russia is always fighting other countries. James Brighter. Said convoy yo Robo keep on rolling. Haley Kingston. Said I am boy.
A woodchuck, all the wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Swineplex. Said hello from New Hampshire, USA.
Hello. Brick beat you to it though.
Chest lights. Said Robo, have you ever noticed how no news ever comes out of Nebraska? Like when's the last time you heard anything happening in Nebraska on the news? Conchi Wipeout Network. Said Konnichiwa. Starlord. Said Sally sold seashells down by the seashore. Haley Kingston. Said you're cool. NO commentary gameplay. Said trucking while streaming is W passive income.
Well, one thing about Nebraska is that the only thing they're known for.
Said Russia is not going to end, no way. Curtis WJS. Said hi.
The only things they do in Nebraska are food and banking. So there's no point. The media doesn't talk about the banks a whole lot.
Said hi.
And farming is it's not exciting news.
Said folks keep chat clean. I don't more than warning. Amar Sadukan said okay. Kiki Bird said Donald Trump laid down the law. He will take no prisoners.
I haven't made any new music
said
lately.
Nebraska is mostly farming. Haley Kingston said I don't care.
Yeah, but Omaha's full of banks. For some reason, Omaha and Charlotte are like banking cities.
Chess Lights said I don't think I even know where Nebraska is on the map. Dusty Wheel Hunter
Well,
said what's your favorite state?
look at a
Snowman
map.
Rick said no politics.
Omaha's in between Iowa and Wyoming.
Eugene Cleese said my neighbor planted his tobacco greenhouse the other day last week. Chevy Speed said how's the weather there? Blue Dandelion
It's
said
alright.
popped in to give likes. Hope you are doing well.
I'm alright, I guess. Thank you. Hope you're doing alright.
Snowman Rick said hi Blue. Carrie Bear said hi, can I get a high? I don't mean to be a downer, but I am having a bad day. My dad died. Blue Dandelion
My dad
said
died
haven't
too.
you been on much lately? Buck Diesel PW said what's up brother? Eugene
Much.
Cleese said we on Interstate 95. Barry Simpkins said get a Robo Rick Blue. Amar Sadukan said really sorry man Carrie. Blue Dandelion said hi Rick.
Yeah, you know, I like to be all empathetic about stuff like that, but most people who come in there and say stuff like that are lying.
Said hey Barry. Chess Lights said okay, these are officially the boring states: North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Arkansas, Wyoming, Kentucky, Iowa, and Idaho.
Yeah, but they're really not boring. What makes them boring? You don't like farming?
Eugene Cleese said Petersburg, Virginia is a big city just like Richmond, Virginia. Buck Diesel PW said are you driving a semi-truck?
No. I'm driving a full truck.
Amar Sadukan said what defines a boring state?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I really don't know.
Edgar XG Entertainment. Thanks for following.
Nebraska's got all kinds of cool stuff in it.
Please. Said is it a Peterbilt truck? Matthew
No.
Gemma said what's up brother?
Sky, taxes, inflation. Crime.
Blue Dandelion said hope everyone has a good evening. Buck Diesel PW said I just subscribed.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Snowman Rick said thanks for you as well. Snowman Rick said thank you. Matthew Gemma said stay safe.
Try to.
Chad Bounds said hey. Country Buck Diesel, thanks for following. Adam NQPK said ignore trophy yellow smiling hand purple blue peace eyes pink heart shaped face red heart shaped finger red number 1 medal yellow first red person yellow podium blue. Chess Lights said every state is known for something. Wisconsin is known for cheese, Florida is known for being crazy, Illinois is known for being the best, New York is known for the Statue of Liberty. Harry Bear said thank you, it was today, I am not lying, they died at P today Central Time, it was kidney disease and they failed. Chad Bounds said where are you going? Harry Bear said sorry not they, he died. Nicholas Hernandez said during grow season all you see is corn for days, drove from Colorado to Florida non-stop except fuel, spent almost hours watching cornfields, crazy boring. Snowman Rick
That's not
said
boring
easy
though.
with the emojis. Eugene Cleese Said passed by the Tractor Museum at Colonial Heights, Virginia. Chest lights. Said but what differentiates Nebraska and the Dakotas, they're the same. The Mars
No, not really.
Said Florida being crazy. Bucky's OPW. Said when did they stop putting Caterpillar motors in semi-trucks?
When they started requiring deaf. When the CARB standards became law, Caterpillar got out of the commercial truck or the on-road truck market. I believe they still make off-road use engines. So I think like 2008.
Bucky's OPW. Said what year? RJSFLORIDA. Said if woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I already answered that question. A woodchuck, all the wood if a woodchuck could wood. I'm sorry y'all gotta listen to me eat chips, but I can't help
Said
it.
Florida is definitely not boring, lol, just Kansas, Nebraska, and the breadbasket of America during the grow season. Eugene, please. Said Tractor Museum has a lot of tractors, big trucks and cars, then model trains in July summertime. RJSFLORIA. Said how many cookies could Cookie Monster if Cookie Monster cookies? Snowman Rick. Said don't spam the chat, thanks. Mike is right. Said are you driving a school bus? Bucky's OPW. Said I am watching from Kentucky.
I got a whole group of screaming kids in the back. I'm about to drive off a cliff.
Snowman Rick. Said welcome in everybody.
It's amazing how many people are thrown off by those damn lights above the windshield.
Blake Wilhite. Said Alabama here. Amar Sadukan. Said no, he is driving a truck.
Hello,
Bucky's
Alabama.
OPW. Said what state are you driving through right now? Nicholas Hernandez. Said how can we fix truck drivers from driving on the left lane, get off the hammer lane if you're redoing speed limit?
If you're doing the speed limit, you have every right to be in the hammer lane. The speed limit is the speed limit, not the speed suggestion or where you start at. That's the speed limit. Now, if you're doing above the speed limit, then get off the road or learn how to drive the speed limit.
Snowman Rick. Said wait, what, this isn't a plane, shit, I was wrong all this time. Chest lights. Said Robo, I think deep down you really like driving. I think if you won the lottery after a couple of months you would get bored and go back to driving. Mike is right. Said when you drop your kids off the bus, can I see it in the bus, looks like in the outside. Davida. Said you idiot, it S over any limit. Eugene, please. Said tractor trailer trucks need to carry kids in the tractor trailer with windows. No,
I actually tried that at one
said
point.
No percode. Said hi. Bucky's OPW. Said what state are you in right now?
Actually, I think a couple of different countries.
Said what you hauling?
I think they tried that here in the U.S., but I think a couple other different countries had buses that were actually trailers that you hooked up to a truck.
No percooked. Said WSP. Eugene, please. Said okay to speed some, not too much. Nicholas Hernandez. Said if it S lanes wide, why are there always raids side by side holding everyone back and messing the flow of traffic?
Well, that's because there's shitheads out there. Like say for me, for instance.
Said how was her day?
Some guys doing 63 miles an hour. Sometimes I'll get out and try to pass them because they're usually fluctuating their speed. They're not on cruise control.
Said Davida, have a seat, come back, respeci, the chatter, don't come back.
They're not on cruise control, or sometimes these cruise controls are really obnoxious. Anyway,
Said no pork cooked.
you go out to pass And the guy in the right lane he's just going to do his speed no matter what. Even though your truck's only a mile an hour faster, or maybe half a mile an hour faster, he's going to do that speed no matter what. Never back off. Never let you just get on by and resume driving.
No purpose.
So
Said how was our day do? Eugene.
That's how that happens.
Said speed carries your freight trucks. Mike is right. Said can I see your bus on the outside?
I'm not driving a bus, man.
No perfect. Said how was your day? The Saint. Said alright Robo hope all as well. Buck Diesel PW.
Alright.
Said are you driving through Georgia?
No.
Snowman Rick. Said Mike you're wrong.
Eugene's probably told you like 15 times where I'm at, so pay attention.
No perfect. Said I like Alabama Crimson Tide. Nicholas Hernandez. Said I get it if company regulates your speed, but why go far left?
Sometimes you'll have the two idiots turtle racing in the right two lanes because the guy in the right lane just won't back off.
Said is your trailer feet.
And then you got some kind of
No perfect.
Billy Big Rigger
Said roll tide tidy.
that'll risk the ticket to go out in that left lane to pass everybody because he's just being impatient. I mean, it frustrates me too. And nobody, there are guys out there who like to drive in the middle lane for some reason. I don't know why, but most truck drivers want to be in the right lane.
Buck Diesel PW. Said virgins. No perfect. Said I suck. Josh Tarpley. Said when you pass through Stockbridge exit you repassing me. Buck Diesel PW.
I'm not in Stockbridge.
Regina.
I'm not in Georgia,
Snowman
man.
Rick. Said numbers don't work here, spell them out. Eugene please. Said notice your road signs at S Virginia.
But I grew up in Forest Park.
Said in light.
And anyway, so yeah, you got guys that'll go out and try to pass in that left lane because they're just being impatient, but these things frustrate everybody.
Buck Diesel PW. Said you're in Virginia.
But there's
Snowman Rick. Said folks to the sub and like for Robo thanks.
unfortunately.
No said I like Corvettes. Josh Tarpley. Said I work at the Forest Park upside S6 Row.
Yeah. I grew up in Forest Park when it was still okay. It was never nice.
Alfonso Milligan. Said hand pink waving hi Robo.
Hello.
Snowman Rick. Said so Rob or the hell are ya? Nicholas Hernandez.
How?
Said what rig are you driving and what happened to Tuckers being kings of the road? I feel like those days are gone. Josh Tarpley. Said it us trash but UPS is great law. Buck Diesel PW. Said my great uncle is a trucker also. Eugene please.
That's cool.
Said Virginia road signs is different Georgia road signs.
Not much.
Jacinto Jassim. Said BA Skadu.
The road signs are pretty similar.
Said you what?
The state road symbols are different, but all interstate highways have to conform to what's called the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices. So all highway signs are going to be the same.
Said Forest Park is the largest of the Cleveland County product LMAO. Snowman Rick. Said how are you?
All right, how are you? Yeah, I went to BC Haney
Said I like turtles.
Elementary. I don't know if it's still called that or not. I went to Babb Middle School and Forest Park High School.
Snowman Rick. Said scan the chat and you will sit.
I look, there's a Bentley. Somebody spends their money unwisely.
Lola XTV. Said I am recording this channel for driving by. Snowman Rick. Said I am great thanks.
Record the channel for what? Driving by. Driving by what?
Buck Diesel PW. Said my aunt told me that I shouldn't be a trucker because it's not fun like how it used to be.
I don't think it was ever fun.
Said Georgia State road signs got the shape of state symbol. Josh Tarpley. Said what was your odd job being from Forest Park the fillet of chicken haha. No.
Working some warehouse.
Said well she told me that they have cameras now and all that stuff.
So? What are you going to do out here in the truck that you worried about being on the camera?
Snowman Rick. Said Lola XTV you can have a seat while you record it. Navajo G-Man. Said hey to Rob.
Hey,
No
Carl.
pickup. Said Ty Snowman. Josh Tarpley. Said are you familiar with Georgia and where do you live now? The Saint. Said you get many single track roads over there here across the pond is dreadful single track with potholes all over. Buck Diesel PW. Said no like when you're being watched while driving. Logan Jack. Said you going to Dallas.
Well,
Snowman Rick. Said no for cook don't worry what I do.
that's why you just cover up the camera on the inside. Problem solved. They can't fire you for it.
Navajo
There's been
G-Man.
lawsuits over it.
Said how many miles you traveling tonight? No pickup. Said can I be a mod PLS?
The load's like 400 some odd miles, but I'm not going to make it all the way because
Snowman Rick. Said no.
I don't have enough hours, which is one of the reasons I was a little upset earlier. Was those
Nicholas
douchebags.
Hernandez. Said can you go back to paper logs?
I'd rather not. I mean, ELDs suck for certain reasons, but
No
I miss the
pickup.
days.
Said oh man I unsubscribed. Buck Diesel PW.
Okay.
Said have you covered up your camera? Find me the number. Said way she goes.
This company doesn't have cameras on the inside. And I think there's tape over this one anyway. I mean, it does have a camera, but there's like, it's not activated. But there's tape over every truck I get into that, you know, somebody's putting tape over them. So, it ain't no big deal. I don't care. I mean, look at me, dude. I'm live streaming my driving. I'm showing you exactly what the camera in the truck's seeing because I'm not doing anything illegal.
Said how you liking the truck you re-driving now? The Saint.
Yeah, it's all right.
Said way she goes boys.
Way
Josh
she
Hartley.
goes.
Said take your nap bro and track your timesheet man you do seem tired.
I'm not tired. I don't feel no ways tired.
Buck Diesel PW. Said have you hauled anything to Louisville, Kentucky?
Yeah, I've been everywhere. I've been driving a truck for 26 years, and 25 of those years I was over the road. The last 11 years I was an owner-operator over the road. So, way around it, never actually been in it. And I'm glad of it, because I don't want to catch it.
Alfonso Milligan. Said Van Pink waving hi Josh. Navajo G-Man. Said I bathe in everywhere man I bathe in been everywhere. Buck Diesel PW. Said interstate in Kentucky is always busy with semi-trucks.
Well, that's because Kentucky is a like a crossroads state where, like Indiana, there's a lot of traffic that moves through there, more so than traffic going to or from there. 'Cause there's a lot of stuff coming out of Kentucky too, like charcoal
The
and
Saint. Said you keep cutting it every now and then Robo it ain't too bad though.
I can't help that. That's Shaniqua trying to censor me. But I've been, yeah, Kentucky's just one of them states, like 65, you know, a lot of people are using 65 to get up towards Chicago and all that. And 64, I mean, I won't be going to Kentucky today. I'll be going close, be right there.
PW. Said interstate is the busiest interstate.
Be right there in that little armpit right, you know, where Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio get together.
Distance dancer. Said how ya doing? Piney the dumper. Said like my boy Diogenes always says, his house is well stored with provisions are likely to be full of mice, so the bodies of those that eat much are full of diseases. Navigo G.
Behold a man.
Said how is the tonneau cover doing on your pickup?
It's great, actually.
Said there went the law.
Yeah. He's breaking the law, though.
Alvin Rantarov. Said is this I. Buck Diesel PW. Said me and my dad use a semi to haul our grain.
Most people on farms do. Those are the guys that have show trucks that go to these truck shows and whatnot. The rest of us have to work. Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't never been to a truck show in all the years I've been driving.
Said hi.
I've been past at Louisville when they're having that, North American truck show. I've been past that, while it's going on, but I ain't got time to stop for that. Some of us actually work for a living.
Austin Stilwell WH. Said hi.
Hello. Sorry I had to listen to me eating chips, but I needed something to eat. Yesterday, I was sick. Sick. That was terrible. And I didn't eat a whole lot because of it. I literally, at one point...
Austin Stilwell WH. Said, are you in Louisiana?
No. At one point I had to pull over real quick, pop the brakes, and jump out of the truck and go throw up in the grass. The problem was I wasn't throwing up. Nothing was coming out. It was just me, on the side of the road, shaking.
Said no worries, Rob.
Shaking and crying and snotting and whatnot, like you do when you're throwing up, but nothing was coming up. I had absolutely nothing in my stomach, but something was really getting to me yesterday. I don't know what it was. I felt better after that, though. But still, I didn't eat a whole lot, so. When I got out of there tonight and stopped to get coffee. I decided to get a little bag of chips so I could have something.
Snowman Rick. Said dry leaves.
Yeah, man, it's rough. I hate throwing up. That's the worst thing. I just can't stand to do it. Even though I know I'll feel better most of the time after I do it, I have like this weird block where like my body will fight it constantly. But that was just. I don't know. I got sick. I was feeling bad. I stopped at Walmart and got some Pepto-Bismol.
Said ours is a Peterbilt and rolls a lot of coal. We put like massive injectors in it, and we have a loud ass Jake brake and has train horns on it.
Yeah, that don't surprise me at all. It's probably supposed to have a sleeper on it, but you don't have a sleeper on it anymore, so you have this long frame on there. And you got a pogo stick for your airlines.
Said would be cool to see Bigfoot tonight.
Take your shoes off, man. Unless you're like one of those wee size men. I'm just a little man. I got a size 9 shoes.
Damon Rodfoot. Said, can I have a kiss, sir?
Hershey's got them. Go to the store and get one.
Eugene, please. Said train horns sound good.
On trains.
Duck Diesel PW. Said the state that has the most Bigfoot sightings is the state of Washington. Smart life ideas. Said Ann Pink Raven. Eugene, please. Said on trucks. Damon Rajput. Said a flying kiss would work. Navajo G-Man. Said how about seeing a little footy.
Flying kiss. I don't even want me to get like a bag of them and pelt you with them. Get the ones with almonds in them so it hurts more. Me and my friend Bobby used to throw snap pops at cars.
Said I love traveling.
I used to. I don't mind driving. I actually like driving. All the other stupid crap that goes along with truck driving, it sucks. I like this job though. I'm really not unhappy with this job. a little pissed off about getting my time wasted tonight. But that's because I've got something to do and I want to get it done, and I don't want to sit around waiting.
Said some truck horns sound like train horns. Snowman
Some
Rick.
do.
Said Damon not, but don't scam.
I want to put some train horns on my motorcycle. Actually, no, I think I want to put a clown horn on there, or like a little bicycle horn.
Snowman Rick. Said folks thanks for the gifts.
Thank you. Whatever those were. I can't see nothing, so.
Buck Diesel PW. Said I did go past a semi-truck and he was smiling at me and had his window down and honked his horn and it sounded like an Amtrak train horn. Navajo G-Man. Said train horn videos are pretty funny, scaring everyone, hee hee hee. Eugene Please. Said 5 train horns sound good.
That's the one thing, the only reason I'd ever want to buy a Tesla, so you can change the horn to whatever sound effect you want. Because that could be hilarious. But I wouldn't.
Snowman Rick. Said Eugene Please sent Jules. Buck Diesel PW. Said even better train horns.
I wouldn't buy a Tesla just for that. Just get a loudspeaker on the outside of my vehicle with a soundboard. Solve that problem.
Snowman Rick. Said just a car guy sent Jules. The Blacks.
Oh, thank you.
Said are you on autopilot?
Yeah. Set my altitude at 36,000 feet.
Navajo G-Man. Said my son has a Tesla, he can make the car make a fart sound on the outside of the car when people walk by. Buck Diesel PW. Said is there a train horn sound effect on a Tesla for horn options?
I'm not sure. I've never been in a Tesla, but I know you can change the sounds on there. I don't know how you do it, whether you can download your own sounds or they got like different options. I don't know. I've just seen videos. I saw a video one time where
Said Tulsa's break down too easily.
the guy changed his dad's horn on the Tesla to like fart sounds. Pretty funny.
Birdie Cruz alive. Said hi. The
Oh,
Blacks.
almost
Said
thought.
Tesla's break down too easily. DGGBFH. Said person turquoise waving, person turquoise waving, person turquoise waving. Eugene Please. Said cars need air horns.
Yeah, like basketball game air horns. That'd be better. That's funny. Hey, you gotta be careful with horns like that. It scares people. When people get scared, they jerk. You don't want them doing that at 70 miles an hour. That's why I don't blow a horn when I'm going down the road, just for the hell of it.
Navajo G-Man. Said he's still here from Kenwood. Buck Diesel
Yeah, he was on the other night.
Said my grandma's next door neighbor has a newer type GMC Duramax and has airtight train horns, but the air compressor broke because of the ice froze up in there.
I think you gotta pour alcohol in there or something like that. But you gotta dry it out and stuff. I don't know. Big trucks have an air dryer. Piece of shit. Could have gave me a little bit more room before you did that.
Diesel PW. Said our trains on my is AK. Piney the Dumper. Said Fireball Roberts out tonight.
Yeah, they're always out. Looking for that guardrail. Him and Dale Earnhardt.
Diesel PW. Said, do you know who Upchurch is? Snowman Rick. Said Big Buffer Rob. Snowman Rick.
Yeah.
Said no sound, he might be on the phone.
Yeah. Don't blame me, blame Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Snowman Rick. Said don't you yummy Mr. LOL. Drunk and Dizzy. Said what favorite movie of all time.
Battlefield Earth. Rat Brain.
Snowman Rick. Said hey drunk and dizzy. Cherry Bosom ZD. Said hello all chat.
Hello. Hello, niece and nephew.
Drunk and dizzy. Said hey Rick, how is it going? Snowman Rick. Said hi Cherry. Drunk and dizzy. Said hey Cherry.
Oh, man.
Cherry Bosom ZD. Said hi Rick. Snowman Rick. Said it's going.
Man, y'all ran everybody off. Complaining about buffering and whatnot.
Joe Cooper. Said did you ever catch the end of the Diddy files, he ended up shitting himself. Cherry Bosom ZD. Said hey drunk dizzy. Buck Diesel PW. Said I didn't he get the answer about if you knew who Upchurch is the video lag.
Yeah,
Snowman
I
Rick.
do.
Said shut up.
I don't know why. I don't know why I know who Upchurch is. But I do. don't know why I don't like it, except for the fact that his name offends me. I don't know why. It's just something about it. It sounds like Upchuck Church. I don't know.
Joe Cooper said, do you smoke meth to stay awake late at night?
No, your mother does that.
Buck Diesel PW said this one song called Cheatham County is the best.
I'm not sure if I heard that or not.
Snowman Rick said, Joe, keep it clean or leave. Alfonso Milligan said, hand pink waving high drunk and dizzy. William Torres said, good evening everyone. Buck Diesel PW
Hello.
said it was released in. Joe Cooper said, how many cracked out lot lizards have you counted in that truck? Snowman
Just
Rick
one.
said, hi William.
Guess who that one was?
Robert E.H. said Sally. El Jodador said, wow, what type of questions you get here.
All kinds of stupid questions.
Cherry Blossom ZD said, hello Robo. Snowman Rick
Hello.
said, her mother Joe, shame on her. User SW Joe Fady said, face red droopy eyes. Nick Bezenson said, where are you driving?
On the road.
Noel Lord BG said, AAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA
I get all kinds of questions. I've heard them all before. And you get the lot lizard comments and the dead hooker comments and all this other
Buck
stupid
Diesel
crap.
PW. Said oh no wait I think it was actually released in.
Oh, the-
Snowman Rick.
the meth.
Said he fell off the truck. Nick
The meth
Bezenson.
stuff.
Said lol. Don Rafa. Said what up doe. El Jodador. Said stay safe and alert my brother.
Because God forbid you try to do a job and be a professional and, you know, you can't do that. You got to be a piece of
Robert
shit.
BH. Said OU.
You must be a piece of shit if you drive a truck. It's just the law.
User
right?
SW Joe Fady. Said ooh. El Jodador. Said God loves you.
I know. But what about you?
Nick Bezenson. Said nice PPL finish last. Snowman Rick. Said trolls will be trolls. Buck Diesel PW. Said what is it like being a trucker?
I assume like any other thing, you get used to a
El
certain thing after a
Jodador.
while.
Said I love God.
I mean, if you were a makeup artist and whatnot, eventually you get used to that life, and you know that would just become what you do. It's not there's nothing. You can get used to all kinds of things. I mean, people have gotten used to all kinds of heinous things over the years. Eventually it just becomes what you do, and you gotta go to work.
El Jodador. Said God is love.
Mostly. Also vengeance.
Eugene Fleece. Said Jordan James Park passed away, died 34 years old.
Who's that?
Smokey J. Said it is not easy being a trucker. Some PPL think it is cause they see you sit there and all that, but far from easy. Buck Diesel PW. Said I heard about the horse trailer type truckers, they can sleep at all. Eugene please. Said botched star.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Eugene. Well, truck driving is not a hard job, but it is a demanding job. You can do 1,000 things right, but you mess up one thing and people got their damn claws out coming for you. It's also one of those jobs that, unlike most people,
Eugene please. Said Dr. Movie Star.
if you do something wrong at work, you get written up, maybe get to talking to by your boss or whatever. A lot of times we do something wrong, we get a ticket for it. We have to deal with the cops, go to court, and all this other shit. So there's a level of crap that comes along with driving a truck that should demand that it pays a better salary than most people make.
William Torres. Said I West Bobby. Cherry Blossom ZD.
Because-
Said where you going Mr. Robo? Paul Bennett BI.
Ohio.
Said mate what s going on with Trump and Iran at the moment?
I don't know. I'm not Trump. I'm not this administration, man. I just know what you know as far as, well, I probably don't even know that much. I just saw a little video about it earlier and that's it. I saw, watched the decoy voice video. That's it. I don't know nothing else.
Buck Diesel PW. Said I've seen YouTube shorts about people cutting off truckers on purpose and talk shitty to them and WOU always be mean and would not let them pass them. Snowman Rick.
There's some
Said
people.
no politics. Smokey J. Said most definitely no, it's just tough driving for hours is all and dealing with all the assholes on the road.
Well, that's a problem.
Cherry Blossom ZD. Said I love Trump.
Okay. Let's not.
William Torres. Said Rick where s Bobby. Paul Bennett BI. Said always a war somewhere in the world, always horrible world.
Well, that's just nature of people. You can't have, look, we have a Cold War going on here in the United States with politics. That's why we don't try not to talk about it on this
Snowman Rick.
live stream.
Said William he's not driving. Buck Diesel PW. Said how many hours can you last driving? Smokey J.
Many as I
Said
need.
yup. Exiled Exilus. Said I am voting for you in.
We got a lot of, if you get enough people together, there's always going to be one group
Eugene
versus
please.
another group.
Said if you hunt in Virginia you got to pay taxes on dogs and tags. El Jodador. Said Ice Ice Baby.
You shouldn't have to pay taxes to feed yourself. Hunting is a public service.
Snowman Rick.
government-
Said politics brings fights to chat rooms don't.
The government should pay you to go out and hunt deer and take, thin that herd out because there's far too many of them on the side of the road. Too many of them starving and whatnot every year, but because some people have this weird suburban point of view, they don't think that, they think that it's a bad thing to do. But the government really should be paying head money on
Diesel
deer.
PW. Said do you drink energy drinks to keep you awake? Oh, think that's what the horse trailer truckers do because they can get any sleep at all, so they probably use energy drinks and coffee to keep them awake.
No, I don't use anything to keep me awake other than sleeping. I drink coffee because I like it, but I don't drink it to stay awake. I've never noticed any effects of coffee, like, making me wired or anything
Kanye
like
West
that.
you. Said no, he does method S better than energy drinks.
Well, you do meth.
Snowman Rick. Said I don't give warnings with politics, you will get timed out. Eugene please. Said I don't understand things about the way government do things. Smokey
It's
J.
easy to understand.
Said but you don't want to get into an energy drink frenzy at LL make you crash harder the what you feel when you're actually tired.
I don't know. I've had energy drinks before. The only thing it normally does is just make you feel like, feel jittery, and then that doesn't as far as like keeping you awake, make you alert, don't seem to do anything. At least not for me anyway. But it's easy to understand government. All you gotta do is understand that they want your money and they want your, they want to control your life. And as much as they can possibly get of that, the better. For them anyway. Government's extremely easy to understand.
Kanye West U. Said coffee is good unless you need to stay seated, cause then if you gotta use the bathroom you're screwed. Only Kinetic Man. Said hey Robo, how south the road been treating you? Cherry Blossom ZD. Said energy bad for you. Eugene please. Said energy drinks is full of salt and sugar pepper. Smokey J. Said exactly it's that simple IDKI, they never been into politics but it sure is common sense when you think about how they run stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter what your politics are, it's just that's the way it is across the board. It's money and control, 100%. And some of it's necessary, you can't be a rational human being and not understand that it is necessary to control certain things, but it's the level of creep that, the feature creep that comes into it that becomes oppressive at a certain point.
Smokey J. Said exactly. Only Kinetic Man. Said what's the truck you are driving now? Eugene please. Said everything is politics.
Not everything. Politics tries to invade everything, but not everything is politics. I mean, what you had for dinner has nothing to do with politics. What you wanted. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully not eating Soylent Green. Although if government had their way, that's what you'd be eating.
Snowman Rick. Said it is what you make it. Kanye West U. Said exactly not everything is politics but people try to bring politics into every conversation it seems.
It's because we've got a media that's out of control today. Not just mainstream media, but social media and all that. People are just talking it's in your face constantly. People could forget about that stuff.
Said been a while, hope you are doing well.
I'm all right. How are you doing? But people could forget about that stuff if they had something else to focus on from time to time. This is one of the things about having a civilized society is that people get bored and they start looking for things to be upset about. That's what most of our politics is now. People are just looking for something to be mad and upset about, so they just invent something. You don't see a whole lot of that type of behavior going on during a war or droughts or famine or anything like that.
Said TV news talks about politics.
If you have a real issue to try to tackle and try to overcome, people are focused on that real issue and they don't have to create things to cause strife, because human beings like conflict.
Smokey J. Said yep, instead of looking what they should be proud of.
It's easier to be negative sometimes than it is to be positive. It's just,
Buck Diesel PW. Said I was in Indiana and it was raining for a little while, then it stopped. We were going to a restaurant in Indiana off of we took the toll bridge.
Okay. What toll bridge? Oh, out of Louisiana? I mean, Louisville?
Smokey J. Said I agree on that, Robo.
I think most people are pretty...
Only Kinetic Man. Said I am proud of the school I am driving for now. They won their basketball game going to state. Buck Diesel PW. Said the one with the tunnel.
Tunnel? some over west of, or east of Louisville. I don't know of a toll bridge though. I don't know what you're talking about. Indiana just voted last year to make all their interstates toll roads.
Eugene, please. Said tunnels in West Virginia. Eugene, please. Said Virginia.
There's probably more tunnels in Virginia than anywhere. I don't know.
Buck Diesel PW. Said it's the one where you're going to interstate and going interstate.
Dude, there's... You give the most vague clues.
Eugene, please. Said Tennessee got tunnels.
A couple, yeah. Like on 25, I think. And,
Buck Diesel PW. Said it's in between. Only Connecticut. Said Arizona has tunnels. Kanye West U. Said as a trucker, have you ever delivered to an underground area before?
yeah, there's a video on my channel. I was in the caves in Missouri.
Snowman Rick. Said he's putting numbers in and it's not getting read.
No. Yeah. I got the 6
Eugene,
7
please.
filter on.
Said Norfolk, Virginia got tunnels.
Got a lot of tunnels. Got the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, Onder Merrimack Tunnel, Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, Downtown Tunnel, Midtown Tunnel. It's 5
Eugene,
just in
please.
Hampton Roads.
Said Chesapeake Bay got tunnels. Buck Diesel PW. Said it's going the Ohio River. Smokey J. Said I remember going under a tunnel that was underwater, but I don't remember what state that is.
Probably Virginia.
Said underground warehouses are more common in mountain areas.
It's probably Virginia or Alabama. There's the one, right there in Mobile.
Eugene, please. Said Virginia. Buzzum. Said I delivered auto parts for 4-1 in Kansas City. Smokey J.
Yeah.
Said I was super young riding in the semi with my dad, but sure was cool.
Yeah, it's fun if you do it for a little while and get out of it. After a while, it just becomes a job. It's what you do. It's what I do. I've been doing it for a long time. It doesn't excite me anymore. I don't mind doing it, but
Eugene, please. Said going underwater is dangerous. Buck Diesel PW. Said in Westport, Kentucky there is a factory that makes Ford trucks.
okay. There used to be one in Norfolk. I don't know why they shut that down, but there used to be a Ford factory in Norfolk that made the F-150s.
Buzzum. Said I quit trucking years ago, got my life back.
I got my life back. I don't do it like I used to. I'm not over the road anymore. I mean, I sleep in the
Eugene,
trucks 5
please.
nights a week.
Said Louisville KY makes Ford trucks. Cherry Bosom ZD. Said advance happy birthday Robo, your birthday is tomorrow. Buck Diesel PW.
I wasn't going to tell
Said
everybody
they make
that.
the diesel type at the Westport, Kentucky factory.
I was going to keep that to myself.
Smokey J. Said, are you regional now, Robo?
Yeah, if you want to look at it that way.
Kanye West U. Said, Irene, we're going to Arthur Bryant's barbecue in Kansas, so if you're ever in Kansas, FYI. Eugene Peace. Said, happy birthday, Robo. Snow Rick. Said, well, interesting, good to know, LOL. Buck Diesel PW. Said, happy early birthday, Robo.
Well, if y'all gonna tell me happy birthday, somebody's gonna buy me a pony. I've been asking for one for 49 years, and I want it. Well, maybe not that long, maybe like 45 years, but still.
Cherry Blossom ZD. Said, Kitty.
Yeah, somebody called me Bob Saget because I wanted a Hello Kitty cake.
Eugene, please. Said, Pony is horse farming.
Yeah, well, I used to work at, when I was a teenager, I went.
Buck Diesel PW. Said, my aunt smokes a lot and her voice is raspy as fuck.
Well, good for her. I used to work at some, there was a livery, or, stable down the road from high school where I went to school, and I used to go there and muck out stalls and whatnot, and ride the horses around.
Buck Diesel PW. Said, and she lives in McDonough, Georgia.
I used to live in McDonough. Well, no, I didn't. I lived in Locust Grove when I was really little. We used to go up to McDonough all the time because it was the only thing there. There wasn't anything in Locust Grove.
Cherry Blossom ZD. Said, Ricky gave you.
They did what? You trying to sneak it in like Kenwood?
Snowman Rick. Said, Rob lunch is on me, just gifted you 20, happy birthday.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that.
Cherry Blossom ZD. Said, dollars.
Can't say numbers.
Eugene, please. Said, you ever been Austell, Georgia?
Yeah, been to Austell. I've been to Monroe, and I know where Loganville is. If you're as old as me, you know what the hell that's all about.
Cherry Blossom ZD. Said, Spocky too.
What?
Snowman Rick. Said, Smokey, thanks for the $5.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I can't see what's going on with the chat, so if y'all send something or do something,
Eugene,
you're going to have to
please.
let me know.
Said, Austell, Georgia is a train town.
Yeah, I know. I bet you sit there and watch all those live train cams. Like, what's that? That was a virtual rail fan.
Buck Diesel Snowman Rick. Said, folks, it's hard with number, you gotta spell them out, thanks. Snowman Rick.
Yeah.
Said, hey dang.
I got a 6-7 filter on. You're gonna have to spell it out. I hate that.
Smokey J. Said no worries, I know you re-driving, I don't need to tell it, it's there for when it goes to your account. Thanks for the shout through Rick and Cherry.
I appreciate it though. But yeah, no, you're not wrong. You know, well, back in the old days, that's all it was in Locust Grove, rednecks. My great aunt and uncle lived there. At
Eugene, please. Said Austell, Georgia got restaurants along the railroad. Vitrul Railfan YouTube.
yeah. Yeah, my stepdad watches all that stuff.
Buck Diesel PW. Said wait, I watch Virtual Railfan since.
It's a popular channel. I think they're coming out with an app though. I don't know how that's going to work, but
Eugene, please. Said CSX trains at Waycross, Georgia.
yeah. No hump yard and
Buck
everything.
Diesel
they got.
PW. Said LaGrange, Kentucky has a Virtual Railfan live cam. Snowman Rick.
Is that the
Said
one?
Rob, I ain't buying you a pony, maybe a turtle.
Man, dang it! I'm never gonna get that pony. But is LaGrange the one where the train runs right through the middle of downtown, like in the street? I think my stepdad likes watching that one. I don't watch train stuff a whole lot, but I do like them. My dad and
Buck
stepdad
Diesel
both were in the
PW.
trains.
Said yes. Eugene, please. Said do you deliver to Harbor Freight Tool Stores?
No.
Smokey J. Said you know a pony would be pretty cool but so much work. Eugene, please. Said yes.
That work makes you appreciate the pony more. Nothing good ever comes from
Jacob Palmer
being
KF.
lazy.
Said safe travels, have a good night.
Thank you. If you want something good, you got to work at it.
Smokey J. Said you got a point there, Robo, ain't he that the truth? Snowman Rick. Said there are a couple good stream for trains out there. Buck Diesel PW. Said I live in LaGrange, Kentucky and I've seen trains go through LaGrange myself.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I think Billings, Montana's got train rails like that running right through downtown. I don't think there's a camera there, but I've seen it in person.
Buck Diesel PW. Said Folkestone their railfan camera is getting renovated. Eugene, please. Said LaGrange, Kentucky CSX trains run in the middle of street like Ashland, Virginia, Savannah, Georgetown in West Virginia. I can think of the name of town. Smokey J. Said play any new games lately, Robo. Snowman Rick. Said there's a stream, it has 20 different places you can choose from to watch trains live.
Yeah.
Buck Diesel PW. Said virtual railfan live cam on Folkestone, Georgia is getting renovated.
That's cool. Yeah, it's virtual railfan. They got all those different channels where you got different cameras everywhere.
Smokey J. Said nice Fallout is pretty good, can't you go wrong with that?
I like it, man. That game just kind of sucked me in. I was really kind of surprised at it because I'll get games. You know, I don't buy them. I don't pay full price for them. I always, you know, like they're the sale on
Eugene,
Steam.
please. Said Folkestone, Georgia Railroad line is busy like Waycross, Georgia.
Yeah, but I
Buck Diesel PW. Said virtual railfan has even got one railfan in Canada.
yeah, this what up in Alberta or something like that. I don't know. I've sat there and watched with my stepdad. You know, like they'll flip through different channels and everything and look to see what's going on. Like up in Duluth, Minnesota. I think Davenport, Iowa, or something like that. He really enjoys watching those things.
Chest lights. Said Robo better drive on cruise control. Gas and oil prices about to skyrocket.
Oh, why is that? Well, because of Iran?
Buck Diesel PW. Said there S1 in Washington, the state.
I'm surprised there's not one where I live. Right there. I live right next to that railhead there in Newport News, and that place is huge. They got all those coal trains coming down there, and then they got that big old coal yard down there at the end of the peninsula.
Buck Diesel PW. Said their SA Railcam in Kearney, Nebraska. Eugene, please. Said virtual railfan YouTube needs cameras at Emporia, Petersburg, Richmond, Fredericksburg, Virginia, some in Hamlet, Raleigh, Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Why Emporia? What's there? I mean, I know they got rail, you know, train tracks that run
That
through there.
poor
But
kid. Said I am Bob.
there ought to be trains, you know, there ought to be a rail cam there at
Eugene, please.
Onley.
Said Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad hub at
Why not?
Newport News, Virginia.
What's that? What's that town that's just west of on 460? Oh man, I can't remember the name of the town. It's west of Dinwiddie on 460. I got that, you know, that train, like there's a park there with the train stuff, and it's like Norfolk and Western stuff there.
Chest lights. Said Georgetown. Chest lights. Said Grundy. Eugene, please. Said CSX Railroad is busy at Emporia, Virginia.
Yeah, but
Eugene, please. Said Crew, Virginia.
Crew, there you go. Yeah. There ought to be some cameras there. I'm surprised there's not.
Buck Diesel PW. Said they need a virtual railcam in Carlisle, Ohio. The Norfolk Southern District train track has a overpass for cars going underneath the train tracks, so they don't have to wait for the train to go past. Snowman Rick. Said Rob, what are you gonna do with your semi-tractor that you own? Are you gonna sell it?
I need to sell it. I can't really use it myself. I'm planning on the next couple of months going and getting the damn thing and try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, or
Eugene, please.
something.
Said Burkeville, Virginia will be a good place.
I gotta do something with it because it's, you know,
Snowman. Snowman.
something must be up with the internet tonight. 'Cause honestly, I don't usually have any. Something must be up with the internet tonight. 'Cause honestly, I don't usually have any trouble through here. Oh, I wonder if there's a solar flare or something.
I am merging onto a highway and the right lane has traffic. Do I increase my car speed to match the speed of cars on the highway hoping others will move one lane over, or do I slow down my car?
You need to look down the ramp and see if you can find a gap
Cherry
and match the
Blossom
speed.
DD. Said Rick, the truck is for sale.
You need to match the speed and try to move in seamlessly.
Snowman Rick.
There is no
Said I
merge.
didn't get any of that what you said about your semi.
I'm saying I need to sell it. I don't remember
Eugene,
what else
please.
I was saying.
Said high-speed railroad main line is coming to La Crosse, Virginia soon near Southville, Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably going to take it all the way down to Florida, so they're going to have a douchebag express all the way from New England to Florida, Miami. That'd be nice, though. You got to get them off of them 95.
Alan Clutterham. Said good morning all from South Wales, UK. Have a safe journey.
Good morning. Man, that reminds me of my favorite joke. You guys.
Eugene, please. Said on the old Seaboard Airline Railroad mainline tracks was pulled up by CSX Railroad.
You guys looking at these two ladies in the bar. He's like, are you two ladies from Scotland? She's like, one of the women's like, Wales, you idiot. He's like, are you two Wales from Scotland?
Chest lights. Said I called my girlfriend a whale the other night and now I have a new girlfriend.
Okay. What'd you get this time, an elephant?
Alan Clutterham. Said that essay good joke, no potholes like UK roads.
Not right here. Believe me, we got something.
Eric Tour. Said hello. Eugene,
Hello.
please. Said 1987 when the old Seaboard Airline Railroad mainline was pulled up by CSX Railroad on Norlina subdivision.
Okay. Yeah, we've definitely got some
Holy
potholes
man.
in America.
Said some people are mentally ill in this world.
Yep.
Eugene, please. Said at La Crosse, Alberta, McKinney, Dinwiddie, Bracy, Virginia. Goalie man. Said do you like Trump?
Not gonna answer that.
Goalie Said well I do. Snowman Rick. Said no politics. Goalie man. Said okay. Goalie man. Said sorry.
It's alright, we just try to avoid talking about politics because
Snowman Rick. Said no worries.
especially with TTS, it just becomes untenable.
Eugene please. Said with West Virginia woman fell through a porch at a restaurant near Victoria, Virginia in Lunenburg County, Virginia wood rotted.
Should have lost weight. What you get for being fat? Let's see how much time I got left to drive. 4.5 hours. These damn glasses I got, I can't read anything.
Snowman Rick. Said politics brings fights, then I gots do my job and ban everybody, and I don't wanna do that, thanks. Eugene please. Said she is suing the restaurant.
Well, I mean, she probably should.
Gingerbread teddy bear. Said hi Robo, been a really long since I've been in your live stream.
Yeah, man, it's been a... yeah, I hadn't heard that name in a long time. Thanks for returning.
Chess lights. Said women are ruining football, why can't they band up and create their own sport, why do they want our shit?
What the hell, what are you talking about? Are there women in football now? Well, the fact is, anytime women create their own league or whatever, like...
Johnny B. Said big Robo hey.
Hello.
Gingerbread teddy bear. Said you're welcome, I usually sometimes I guess I'm just too busy when you're live, probably why I am not around as often lol.
I haven't been streaming all that
Rick.
much lately
Said
anyway.
yes, but not in the NFL, they have fear only huge.
I don't think I really want to see women playing football anyway, but anytime women create their own league for things like the WNBA, nobody watches that crap, and it has to be subsidized by the men's league. It's like, if I don't understand why people can't stay in their lanes. I mean, if people want to watch you, that's fine. If people want to see this stuff, then that's fine. But if you can't make money at it, and it's not a viable business, then walk away. You don't see too many people watching men's gymnastics. I mean, they do in the Olympics, but women's gymnastics is far more popular. Figure skating, all that stuff. Well, these days, women's that's for pervert
Alan
reasons.
Clutter said women's football is getting big in UK now.
Well, you might be talking about a different type of football. We're talking about real football, not that weird stuff that y'all do. Throwing up
Buckweasel
cards.
PW. Said what time is it right now in Virginia?
11:22. But if like I said, if people want to watch it without it being subsidized and supported by, like corporate welfare essentially, then fine, I don't care. But if it can't compete, it can't stand on its own 2 feet, then it should go away. How many other businesses would be like that? Like, there's nobody watching professional curling.
Buckweasel PW. Said that at the same time here in LaGrange, Kentucky right now.
Yeah, because you're in the Eastern time zone. believe Louisville's in Central, though.
Chest lights. Said can't believe I am going to Galveston next week where that dirty ass water be washing up on the shores those people think they at the beach.
What the hell are you going to Galveston for?
Gingerbread teddy bear. Said I know this is off topic but I for some reason cannot forget the moment of El Stupid or however it was said lol.
Not sure what you mean. You're gonna have to give me context. Sometimes I forget things. You have to remind me. I got a head full of nonsense.
Invisible Dorito. Said hello.
Hello.
Jeff Gordon. Said I am getting a girlfriend.
What kind you gonna get?
Jeff Gordon. Said what you mean.
What kind are you gonna get?
Eugene please. Said 1125 in Virginia. Snowman Rick. Said LMFAO. Gingerbread teddy bear. Said it as a moment from an old stream where the guys were taking ages to unload and someone commented El Stupido cause someone walked to the wrong door.
Oh.
Cherry Blossom ZD. Said ha ha ha. Jeff Gordon. Said a nice one kind one cut one by the way this is one girl.
Nice one. Is she gonna be the jealous
Chest
type?
lights. Said I don't know about you Jeff Gordon but I am getting me a bingo wing heat in the winter shade in the summer. Point 5 guy OG. Said it has been forever since I've seen Robo and it is where I am. Point 5 guy OG. Said now. Snowman Rick. Said I almost spit my drink out. Eugene please. Said you need a nice girl in your life.
No particular reason you turned your goddamn brights on?
Jeff Gordon. Said no. Point 5 guy OG.
Rude.
Said oops at S1025.
You can't use a turn signal. Dishonorable piece of crap. See, people like that need to get hit upside the
Chest
head with a
lights.
hammer.
Said I use my pound-foot girlfriend as a blanket to save money. Cool foxes. Said if heaven is a place of eternal praise does the human soul eventually lose its individuality in the presence of the infinite do we become part of God or are we forever separate?
Depends
Gingerbread teddy bear. Said personally I find dating not a high need.
Nah.
Jeff Gordon. Said by now have a blessed night.
Alright, take it easy. Hope you get a good girlfriend.
Cool foxes. Said if you were in the Garden of Eden do you think you would have made the same choice as Eve or would you have resisted the serpent? Why?
I'm not a woman. Why would I make the same choice as Eve?
Eugene please. Said some people don't know how to signal. Snowman Rick. Said you scared him away. Jeff Gordon. Said I will try by for real now lol. Alan Clutterham. Said out off would you say driving in USA any good as looking at Australia in next years for road trains as UK sucks and always in traffic and getting worse roads. Cool foxes. Said TH.
TH. Did you leave off the C or something? Something's on fire out here.
Boston GW. Said hey Robo bro I went to a soccer game yesterday bro.
I'm sorry. Did you lose a bet or something? Now this fool's gonna start slowing down. Now he's speeding up again.
Ryan Garrett. Said you be careful out there, brother.
Try to.
Eugene Please. Said somebody is burning brush.
Yeah, that's what it was. Wasn't anything.
Rao versus Q. Said happy Sunday. Boston GW. Said no, I love the game. I am an ultra supporter of a club called Central Runners Grow.
Yeah.
Snowman Rick. Said there is a forest fire out south somewhere. I don't know where though.
Well, I mean, everybody likes something, I guess, but won't stop me from making fun of it. Only time I watch soccer is if I go to a Mexican restaurant. Of course, then again, I don't watch any sports on TV, so I don't like watching sports on TV. It's just one thing to go to a live event, but watching it on TV is boring. Except golf. Golf is the only game that you can watch on TV that's better on TV than it is in person.
Boston GW. Said Coast is 7th on the ladder and close to making the top 6 with games to go, bro. White people. Said hey brother.
Hello.
Rao versus Q. Said eat some biscuits and proceed.
What kind of biscuits? Real biscuits or what British people call biscuits?
Eugene Please. Said Mexicans are coming back to farm soon. Chess lights. Said I had a friend who tried online dating and I asked him once what he searched to find his wife. He said Jewish and my zip code. I searched the same thing except I found a Wendy's and called it a day.
That doesn't make any sense. How long did it take you to come up with that joke? Because that one definitely wasn't good.
I gotta go, my bro. Have a good one, my friend.
Take it easy. Have fun watching
White people.
soccer.
Said I am calling the Undertaker.
Call me.
Boston GW. Said thanks, bro. White people. Said keep trucking, brother.
Well, I ain't stopping anytime soon.
Chess lights. Said you know what, Robo, your Scottish women whale joke fell dead too, so I guess we're both the same.
No, it didn't fail. That joke was great. Your joke was tragic.
Eugene Please. Said we need Mexicans to fix our railroad tracks.
No, you don't. Not unless you want them to break again.
Alan Clutterham. Said that Scottish joke was funny.
Yeah, I know. Chess life is just being salty. Because he had Wendy's.
Chess lights. Said Alan, you're from the UK. What do you know about jokes? White people. Said Mexicans got their own problems.
Yeah, they do. They're called Mexicans.
guess agree. White people. Said now's who's gonna supply that fine shit. Alan Clutterham. Said Chess Light's best comedy ever made from UK. Do some research.
I wouldn't say it's the best comedy ever made, but there's some good stuff from the UK. I'll grant you that. I like them old shows that we used to get to watch over here, like Are You Being Served and Keeping Up Appearance and stuff like that. Those are pretty damn funny. Then there was like a British.
Eugene, please. Said my neighbor got Mexicans to farm tobacco. Chess Lights. Said American version of The Office will always be better than the UK Ricky Gervais version. See Coke Malt Allen.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been able to get into that show. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't really care one way or another, but it's just one of those things that I just never got into. There was like a British version of All in the Family. I mean, it wasn't the same, but it was close.
Eugene, please. Ever heard of the movie Meet the Flockers?
Yes, I've heard of Meet the Fockers. Is that what you're going to hold up as comedy, though? I mean, it's funny, but I wouldn't say that's like the gold star of funny.
Snowman Rick. Said YouTube is tight with what they letting go tonight. Eugene, please. Said Meet the Parents. Alan Clutterham. Said good old classics the best.
Yeah, those are funny shows, man. Unfortunately, I've never seen anything from Australia that was funny.
Chess Lights. Said I got two words that are funnier than the entire Meet the Flockers movie. Jefferson Davis. Harry O'Nay. Said have you seen Loose Asshole?
Well, I'm sure you have. For your hepatitis.
Eugene, please. Said Archie Bunker played on the All in the Family Heat in the night. James if foo. Said what s up Rob, I see you still in the seat.
Yeah. I am. Yeah, Archie Bunker was funny.
Chess Lights.
Chief
Said
Gillespie
a Sandlot a comedy movie because I don't think I laughed once.
was not funny. What was that last comment? Sorry, I was talking over it. Because it wasn't funny. morning.
Eugene Police. Said I thought he was chief and sheriff on the heat of the night.
Yeah, Carol O'Connor, yeah, he was the chief of police. It's another show my stepdad likes to watch. I don't know. I guess maybe because it was filmed around where I grew up and all that, but that show's about the tribe, man. I can't stand it.
Eugene Police. Said one was sheriff on the heat of the night.
It smells like skunk out here, bad. Somebody must have run over one.
Eugene Police. Said skunk odor smell like shit and fart. Eugene Police. Said awful odor. Snowman Rick. Said I missed one of Earth's streams last week but left an after stream comment. You were bitching about screwing up with taking the wrong trailer. You were thinking into it too much. You will be fine.
See, the thing is, I don't believe it happened. The more I think about it, the more I don't think it happened. But now I take pictures of every one of my trips, and, the paperwork and the trailer, make sure that they match up so there's no bull crap. Because I'm careful, pay attention. I'm not stupid, and I don't believe it happened. I don't know how it could have happened. That everybody missed that trailer. Everybody made the same mistake over and over and over again. It doesn't seem possible to me. But you're right, I will be fine. And I'm not going to worry about that stuff anymore, but I am going to over that way again, I'll have the evidence to be able to look and see and know one way or another. That's why it was bothering me so much, because I don't make mistakes like that. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't make mistakes like that. That's why I had my time wasted.
Snowman Rick. Said I understand.
Because if I wasn't a professional, I would have just went with this trailer, because I would have been able to get it done without having to worry about it. But because I knew that light was out, I had to get it fixed, because that's just how I am. I pay attention to stuff like that, and I don't see how that could have happened. So that was why I was sticking in my craw so much. But it won't happen if it ever did in the first place.
Snowman Rick. Said and yes, I watch all her streams that I miss.
At least somebody does. I don't even watch all my streams.
Alan Clutterham said I may hear from agencies about drivers doing same in UK and going to invoice address instead of delivery address.
Well, yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, sometimes you'll get bills.
Dumb said hi.
Hello address and not the actual delivery address. So you got to be careful about that. But I've never made that mistake. But no, this was a situation where they claimed that I picked up the wrong trailer, that it was like one number off, and took it out of the warehouse and whatnot, took it to the delivery. But the guard at the warehouse didn't notice it. And then, supposedly they didn't notice it. The place, the people at the delivery place didn't notice it. Nobody noticed it until after the fact. I'm like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that's just next to impossible. Because when you leave at the guardhouse, they have to put in the trailer number that you've got. And it will tell them, their little computer system will tell them right away what the trailer is, and if that thing's attached to my truck. So there's no reason why I should have ever gotten out of the gate with that thing if it was the wrong trailer, because I didn't tell them the trailer number. They saw it and put it in themselves. So it's impossible that we both made the same mistake. I just don't see that being possible. I see it more likely somebody in the office, somebody at a computer made a mistake somewhere, and I had to bear the brunt of that, which bugs me. But it bugs me more that I didn't have any way to refute that, at the time. But going forward, I will, because like I said, if I get the paperwork, trailer numbers on the paperwork, I'll take a picture of that, and I'll take a picture of the trailer. And that way I've got a record of both of those, where there's no error there. There's no way they can accuse me of something that didn't actually happen.
Alan Clutterham said I've never done it in years, or an empty trailer instead of a full trailer, and always check before leaving yard.
Yeah.
Duck Diesel PW said I am back.
I've been driving a truck for 26 years, and that's the first time that's ever happened. I've ever been accused of it. So I'm like, it's just hard for me to believe that it actually happened. And that's one of the reasons it was just really irking the crap out of me, because I'm like, I'm sitting there kicking myself. I'm like, there's no, I just don't see how it possibly could.
Duck Diesel PW said had some technical difficulties.
Like what?
Duck Diesel PW said your stream kept lagging. Blue Dandelion said got a new phone. Eugene Police
That's cool.
said no police out here tonight.
Police ain't never around when you need them. They're too busy
Alan
sitting there.
Clutterham said yes, always keep own log off trailers I pull, and always cover own as transport managers love passing blame.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think somebody in the office screwed up, and they passed the buck on to me.
Blue Dandelion said been trying to figure it out.
Well, you hit that big button that says jitterbug, and it'll open up the screen.
Duck Diesel PW said I lived in lots and lots of trailers, and there's nothing wrong living in a trailer. Eugene, please. Said Brunswick County, Virginia. Always police on the roads just like Emporia, Virginia.
Ain't nothing wrong with living in whatever the hell you live in. As long as you're not bothering
The
anybody
Massasins
else.
face the Massasins. Said nice and quiet.
It ain't bad.
Snowman Rick. Said well, I am glad you're feeling better. You sound like shit for a couple days last week.
Well, it's because I like this job and I want to retire from this. I don't want to have to be hunting for more jobs and all that. But you know what? If that happens, it happens. But it's not going to happen because of anything I did wrong. I do my job. I do
Alan
my job right.
Said would I need to do a retest from UK to USA? Truck driving is need to in Australia and saving to get out of UK.
Yeah, you'd have to go to truck driving school. They're probably not going to accept your whatever they call your CDL over there.
Eugene, please. Said some cars are speeding tonight.
Well, I'm not going very fast right now. I'm only doing like 38 miles an hour.
Blue Dandelion. Said what's wrong with living in a trailer? My dad lives in one, been staying with him. Junior K. Said definitely gay.
We know you are. You didn't have to come in and
Snowman
announce
Rick. Do your job and stop thinking about it. You will be fine.
I don't think about it. I'm just saying. I get fired for anything I do wrong because I do my job. And I'm not unsafe. So, the thing is that the company I work for, but then I have to stop
Snowman
and
Rick.
think.
Said Junior stop.
Then I have to stop.
Buck Diesel PW. Said that's what I am saying. Blue.
Then I have to stop and think that there's an awful lot of truck drivers out there that are skeezy. They're skeezy and and they're just, they don't care. I definitely know some here now that are like that. The guy who drives these trucks before I get into them is one of them. Last 2 weeks I've had to come to work and get them to put grease on the fifth wheel because the fifth wheel is dry as a bone and showing rust on it and whatnot. Like that should never happen. There's just other things like back in January, early February, every week I'd come to work and I'd have to update the permit book, for permits that expired last year. I'm like, I shouldn't have to be doing this for every single truck that I drive. Because I drive a different truck every week. It rotates around.
Snowman Rick. Said are you still sharing a tractor?
Yeah, I got I think 5 different trucks I drive. Maybe one of these days I won't have to do that, but I got to build some seniority in the company before I can ever get my own assigned
Snowman
truck.
Rick. Said that sucks.
Yeah, it does. I don't really care. It don't bother me that much, but it would be nice if the other people that were driving these trucks would fix things, number one. And
Chest lights. Said if I ask a girl for her number and she gives me her email instead, where on the spectrum of leave me alone to marry me do I fall in?
I don't know.
Buck Diesel PW. Said I have about tractors on my farm, and of them are from the S.
I don't know nothing about spectrums. I'm not autistic.
Blue Dandelion. Said there are lazy people in all kinds of jobs. They are too lazy to put a new bag in the trash can.
Well, I know, and that's the thing. That's why people like that end up getting fired eventually, because they don't do their jobs. They don't take care of what they're doing. They don't pay attention.
Said having to remove her stuff out every week sucks. Eugene, please. Said does this truck have the exhaust on the side of the truck?
No, it's got bottom exhaust like most new trucks do. Most of these trucks have grass burners now.
Alan Clutterham. Said sounds a nightmare. QND and UK cabs all have cameras and no more treating cabs like pigs. Rao versus Q. Said running on the road. Snowman Rick. Said cool foxes, thank you for all the jewels. Wow.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's another thing. This guy won't. Whoever drives these trucks before me, and I don't know who it is. I just know it's one of the guys on my team. If the wash bay is broken, he won't clean anything in the truck. So I come to work and the damn floor is all crusty with dirt and salt and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'll clean the damn floor. I'll clean the truck and whatnot. I get up, get the all-purpose cleaner and
Buck Diesel
scrub down the floor every
said
week.
my Peterbilt on my farm has tall exhaust stacks.
Well, that's because it's a show truck.
Blue Dandelion. Said our director of nursing says if we don't do rounds it's our problem. The issue is they take off and don't give report. Chest lights. Said okay, but I can't be the only one who hates replacing the toilet paper roll. Does anybody else just leave a little bit hanging and bust open a new roll?
No, I don't do that.
Eugene please. Said Target dog truck.
Yeah, there's a Target distribution center over here in Stewart's Drive. That's probably where he's going.
Rao versus Q. Said there is a star in the sky scene.
There usually are stars in the sky.
Buck Diesel PW. Said well we don't use the Peterbilt for a show truck, we use it to haul grain and really heavy farm equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Chest lights. Said I hear tonight you'll be able to see every planet in the night sky except for Neptune and Uranus.
Well, I don't really want to see Uranus. You can keep that to yourself.
Luxury plane models. Said hi.
Hello.
Blue Dandelion. Said I replace the roll cause I am a control freak and it has to go on a certain way.
Ugh. I had an argument with my brother's wife about that one time. I replaced the roll and it was...
Blue Dandelion. Said I am Miss Smarty Pants, someone is why I have 2 jobs and said I have commitment issues. Eugene please. Said you are buffin'. Chest lights. Said Robo you're lagging, are you in Virginia again? Blue Dandelion.
Are y'all done?
Chest lights. Said wait when you replace it so that the paper rolls from the back or so that it falls from the front. There's only one right answer here. Beetlejuice Eve. Said WTF.
The right answer is it don't matter.
Buck Diesel PW. Said it's now midnight.
But I don't do that. I just put it on a shelf in the bathroom. Roll. Use your fingers.
Beetlejuice. Said watch out for large Marge. Brihona. Said today March 1st is Rob's birthday. A very happy birthday to you, Robo.
I told everybody I was trying to keep that
Eugene
secret.
please. Said he is in Virginia, just about to Charlottesville, Virginia. Blue Dandelion. Said have a good evening, still figuring out the new phone.
Okay.
Alan Clutterham. Said happy birthday, Robo. Snowman Rick. Said hey Bree. Beetlejuice E. Said happy birthday, buddy. Brihona. Said hello everyone.
Hello.
Chest lights. Said Robo why are you pretending like you don't use a bidet? We all know you use one of those fancy rich bidets.
Yeah, I do. It's a garden hose I got strapped to my trolley. car could be like the magic carpetbaggers at the truck
said
stop.
keep an eye out for large Marge, bro. She runs this road.
Snake charmers at the truck stop and whatnot. They use water
Chest
bottles.
lights. Said is that Tone's Brie or is that a different breed? Beetlejuice. Said seriously watch out for large Marge.
Watch out for the moths.
Beetlejuice. Said large Marge.
All right, large Marge, large Marge, large Marge. How many times are you gonna say it? Large Marge. Farmville.
Beetlejuice. Said large Marge. Brihona. Said there's only one breed. Beetlejuice. Said Pee Wee Herman saw her and lived to tell the tale, but he got lucky. Chest lights. Said are you Tone's Brie Brihona because that's the only Brie I know from this live.
Yes. Yes, it's large Marge.
Beetlejuice. Said large Marge, large Marge, large Marge.
I have a word for people like you.
Snowman Rick. Said he gone.
It's Nakakainus.
Buckweasel PW. Said my Peterbilt has the Caterpillar motor in it.
My Peterbilt's got a Packard motor in it.
Snowman Rick. Said my word for him is shit stick. Eugene please. Said do you like Target stores?
Not particularly, no. I hate their warehouses even more. Target's one of the worst places in the world to deliver. If you're going to go there, you might as well pack up breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those fools, they go on break every 15 minutes, and then they spend 20 minutes exercising between breaks. They never do any work. Seat loses air. I like to have my seat all the way up to the top, stiff as it'll go, and it keeps losing air, lowering down while I'm driving.
Snowman Rick. Said well they cleared the house out. Cherry Blossom ZD. Said bad signal.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be a bad signal. I don't know. There must be something wrong with the cell service, or maybe there's a solar flare or something like that. I don't know, because I usually get pretty good service through here.
Chess lights. Said I don't think Robo's stream is actually buffering. I think he's just messing with us and hitting pause and play every couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Because I got all the time in the world to be sitting there playing with the phone while I'm driving down the road. Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library and Museum. I heard they got a movie theater there. They play freaking Birth of a Nation 24/7.
Chess lights. Said Robo, if someone offered you $1 million but required you to change your name to Juan Pablo Esteban Ignacio Rodrigo de Los Angeles Martinez Hernandez de la Torre for a year, would you accept it?
Sure.
J. Moore. Said in Hampton Roads would recognize it anywhere. J. Moore. Said near VA Beach.
No, not even close.
J. Moore. Said Va Beach.
I'm in freaking Stanton.
Eugene, please. Said, do you like air conditioning? Sit, some cars have them.
Do I like air conditioning? Yes, I like air conditioning. I'm a fancy man. I need fancy things.
J. Moore. Said, pretty sure that S right near Fort Eustis Boulevard.
Shut up. I remember you the last time you were doing that nonsense.
Chess lights. Said Robo, do you invest in stocks? Buck Diesel PW. Said I am back one again, my phone just died. Eugene, please.
I got
Said
stocks.
Woodrow Wilson was as president in the 1920s.
Yep. I've got some stocks. Not a lot. I used to have stocks in USF. I don't know whatever happened to those.
Eugene, please. Said from Virginia. J. Moore. Said I used to live in Hampton and New Peltz News worked in Chesapeake. Alyssa Major PJ. Said drive safe, trucker.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Alyssa Major PJ. Said my fiance is a driver himself. Buck Diesel PW. Said how many miles is it to your destination?
Right now, 265. I ain't got beer until tomorrow evening. But I want to drive as much as I possibly can tonight so I can do more tomorrow. Because that's how you make money.
Chess lights. Said trucker sounds like such a derogatory word. The name is Robo, not trucker.
It does sound like a derogatory word. I've always thought that. I'm being serious too. I know you were joking, but it's always sounded like a pejorative to me. But it's better than what.
Buck Diesel PW. Said well you're eventually gonna have to stop to get more diesel.
Better than, no, it won't. It's better than what British people say. Then again, they call trucks lorries. They love to have E's on the end of the words.
Buck Diesel PW. Said so wait semi-trucks diesel lasts longer. Chest lights. Said do you call a shopping cart a buggy?
No. No, I've never done that.
Eugene Police. Said yes.
Yeah, hillbillies do that, but not me. It's a shopping cart. British people call them trolleys, though, so there you go. I've been learning how to speak British for a while now. It's hard learning a new language.
Said why would I? Alan Clutterham. Said children called them lorries, men called them tractor and trailers in Europe.
Well, tractor trailer is an acceptable term. It makes sense. I mean, it is what it is. But I've never understood why they got the name lorry. It's weird.
Eugene Police. Said diesel fuel lasts longer than gasoline in motors.
Not really. Well, I mean, it depends on the application.
Buck Diesel PW. Said have you had any loads from Washington State to Florida?
Not recently. Diesel
Alan
engine.
Clutterham. Said UK is all weird sayings.
Yeah. Diesel engines provide more torque, which is better for pulling and whatnot. So it's better for using. It's better to use a diesel engine in a truck than it is in a gasoline engine. Gasoline engine would be extremely inefficient in this application.
JHHIE. Said hi.
But the fuel economy is still garbage. It's still like 7 or 8 miles to the gallon at the very best. You can get over 10 miles a gallon if you're bobtailing or if you're empty on flat roads or whatever.
JHHIE. Said how is everyone?
I don't know. I've never talked to everyone. But, like, where I'm driving now, you're going to get
Buck Diesel PW. Said why can TFS haul goosenecks?
5.5, 6 miles a
Said
gallon.
I heard in the UK they don't have a word for food that looks good. Snowman Rick. Said hey JHH.
They don't have a word
Eugene Police. Said gas got more jet power and hotter in fuel.
for gas.
JHHIE. Said hey Snowman Rick. Alan Clutterham. Said Volvo's best MPG I've driven so far pulling tons.
That's all going to be about the same no matter what, whether you got a Volvo or a Cummins or Detroit motor, any of that stuff. It's all going to be about the same. When you start going into the mountains with heavy loads, aerodynamics and all that stuff goes out the window. It doesn't matter at all.
Snowman Rick. Said Buffin. trees block signals on cellular phones. Snowman Rick. Said Rob, when it buffers like that, do you need to reset, and can you tell it's doing it?
No. Sometimes I have to tab out of the app and back into it. It's the only way I can reset it. But no, it doesn't show me that. Sometimes it will, but half the time it doesn't. It smells like cigarettes out here for some reason.
Buck Diesel PW. Said why can T1500s can pull goosenecks? Snowman Rick. Said okay.
I mean, they can pull goosenecks, but yeah, the towing capacity on a 1500 is usually, or 150.
Snowman Rick. Said I am having one right now.
The towing capacity on a half-ton pickup truck is not going to be what it is on a 2500 or 3500. So that's why you don't usually see trucks like that pulling a gooseneck trailer. Those numbers actually mean something. And any of those trucks that you see pulling goosenecks are going to be diesels because of the pulling power.
Eugene Please. Said people probably smoking cigarettes on the roads tonight.
No, it's not. It can't be that. Something around here smells like a friggin' ashtray. I don't know why. Ever since I quit smoking, I'm kind of...
Buck Diesel PW. Said do you know free diesel?
No.
Bigfoot. Said what as your? Eugene Please. Said did you used to smoke cigarettes?
Yeah. Then I smoked cigars and then I quit. I quit like back in October or November, something like that.
Alan Clutterham. Said I gave up smoking months now and it's well hard and drinking was easy.
Ain't that hard. You just gotta get yourself in the right mindset to do it. Just do it. I did. I just decided I'm not gonna smoke anymore and I quit smoking.
Buck Diesel PW. Said he has this Ford OBS that SAF Powerstroke swapped with gal drum stacks barrels and he pulled a gooseneck with it.
Okay.
Bigfoot. Said you ever see me when you were driving?
No, only when I'm stopped. I saw somebody look just like you the other day holding up a sign at the State of the Union address. It said something like, black people aren't apes. I don't know why there wasn't somebody standing next to him with a sign that said no shit.
Eugene Please. Said my uncle's aunt's grandparents used to smoke cigarettes like a smokestacks.
Smoking's cool, man.
Bigfoot. Said that was quite lovely. Snowman Rick. Said thanks for the gift.
Jacked up
Alan
the price of
Clutterham.
freaking diesel.
Said smoke for years and on the patches now. Infinity Ultron. Said where are you driving to?
Ohio.
Buck Diesel PW. Said I made a homemade cigar out of cardboard and put toilet paper in the middle of it inside and lit it and it actually worked. Bigfoot. Said up here in Canada we like our cigarettes moist.
Yeah, but you don't have cigarettes. I bet you have cigarettes. I saw Trailer Park Boys, I know. Swayze Express.
Eugene, please. Said people said they smoked cigarettes and cigars since they was years old.
Well, smoking is just one of those things that people do. For some reason here in the United States, we've decided to demonize it like it's the worst thing in the world.
Please. Said 5 years old. Alan Clutterham. Said for smokes and for rolling tobacco it's time to give up. Snowman Rick. Said spell or numbers out.
I don't know how many people are smoking at 5 years old, but I'm sure there's some. I heard a story about a little toddler running around with chewing tobacco in his mouth. It's funny.
Buck Diesel PW. Said I help my uncle sometimes with the trucking stuff. I am actually with my uncle in his semi-truck right now.
Well, that's cool.
Bigfoot. Said I smoke cigarettes every hour. I am actually a chain smoker.
Well, there's worse things in the world you could do. See, what I don't understand about tobacco and cigarettes and all that is why that's the demon, you know, why that's so evil.
PW. Said I chew tobacco and smoke cigars.
Why that's so evil in American society, but yet those same people, the same people who demonize that, want to legalize and normalize smoking weed. Like, you can't convince me that smoking weed is healthier for you than smoking tobacco.
Bigfoot. Said I like smoking meat, moose meat actually.
I mean, it's a hell of a lot less smelly to smoke tobacco.
Eugene, please. Said did you ever smoke dope and getting drunk?
I'll tell you, but I have to kill you. But no, I don't smoke dope. I don't drink. You don't have to smoke weed to know that it's got to be harsh. I mean, anybody, you know, people who smoke it cough like a freaking, like they got consumption.
Alan Clutterham. Said can T do anything as we are professional drivers in no time. Buck Diesel PW.
That's
Said
true.
I don't smoke dope at all and I also don't drink while I am on the trucking job with my uncle. Charlie Kirk last words UGHGH.
Jesus
Said
Christ.
guys he does not smoke dope, he slams it SMH. Snowman Rick. Said he asked did you meaning past tense. Smokey J. Said I mean if you know what you had put in your weed ID say percent weed would be way better, but when you buy it from the store and you had no hands on it then it's a different story. Bigfoot. Said we wish you a merry cigarette, we wish you a merry cigarettes and a happy cigarette. Smokey J. Said same with if you made your own cigarettes.
Well, most people don't make their own tobacco, though. The vast
Eugene,
majority of
please.
people.
Said people said they used to smoke dope when they was younger, quit when they got older. Buck Diesel PW. Said well I am saying I don't smoke dope at all.
I don't do drugs and I don't drink. I don't smoke anymore either. I didn't quit smoking because the way people think about it. I quit smoking so I could save money on insurance. Because for some reason, yeah, health insurance is doubled if you smoke, which is bullshit.
Smokey J. Said no, that's tough to do, a lot easier to grow weed, but if you know what you're growing with and you flush it the right way, def be a lot better, but either way smoking in general is bad.
I just can't imagine that smoking
Charlie
weed.
Kirk last words UGHGH. Said I don't like dope smokers.
I can't imagine that smoking weed at all is healthy for you. As far as like compared to smoking tobacco. There's health benefits in both, but there's also dangers in both. And you can't tell me that marijuana smoke doesn't wreck your lungs, if you're smoking it all the damn time.
Alan Clutterham. Said just say no to drugs and alcohol and yes medical much cheaper, devil's piss. Charlie Kirk last words UGHGH. Said smoking anything is bad. Smokey J. Said weed is only beneficial if you digest it, the smoking is just as bad if not worse. Smokey J. I agree.
It's not so bad if you but not everything you smoke is wrong. Smoked cheese is pretty good.
Eugene please. Said some people smoke cocaine.
Yeah, they do. They're called crackheads.
Smokey J. Said Elmo on the smoked cheese.
You ever had it? Smoked
Smokey
cheese
J.
is pretty damn good.
Said dang it 10-4 in the smoked cheese.
Oh, I was gonna say, smoked cheese is pretty damn good.
Buck Diesel PW. Said at least you quitted because if you kept smoking you would have sounded like my aunt, her lungs are really wrecked. Snowman
Not
Rick.
necessarily.
Said smoking dope kills brain cells, smoking cigs hurts the lungs.
Something tells me smoking weed probably hurts the lungs too.
Smokey J. Said LMAO I had wrote the numbers.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Eugene please. Said I love smoked hams and sausages.
Yeah, smoked meats and cheeses and whatnot.
Smokey J.
Good stuff.
Said smoking weed is just as bad as smoking cigs. Rick.
I imagine it probably is. And the one thing that really gets me is like, okay, they can make that stuff into edibles and all that stuff now. So why do people still smoke it? Reek like they do. I mean, this shit is foul. When you smell somebody who's been smoking weed, it's offensive.
Said my stepbrother was caught smoking on some dope and then was in prison for years. Snowman Rick. Said I smoke my lady LOL. Smokey J. Said lung wise. Smokey J. Said I can say much I smoke.
Well, see, I think...
Snowman Rick. Said they have gummies these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Please. Said you can smoke vegetables on the grill. Smokey J.
It's fun after a couple of days anyway. You just keep doing it because you have a habit. But I think...
Buck Diesel PW. Said they have this thing called nicotine gum.
I think the reason that there's not a lot of public, like health outcry about, weed smoking is because there's not too many people, at least up until very recently, that were daily smokers of it. That would admit it anyway. Give it 10 years though, you're going to see, medical studies come out about how bad weed smoking is, about how it's wrecking people and giving them cancer and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you want to...
Eugene please. Said smoking opos plain nerves down. Smokey J. Said see smoking is more of a faster high to the head and eyes as to where taking edibles takes about an hour or so long.
So? Stop being so impatient. Man. good things come to those who wait.
Buck Diesel PW. Said I am going through Atlanta, Georgia right now. We picked up a load from Orlando, Florida going to Chicago, Illinois. Smokey J. Said while I sure am LMAO.
Somebody got TikTok
Charlie
right.
Kirk last words UGHGH. Said good things take time. Smokey J. Said I think it'd be better if I just quit if I am being honest. Enjoy the
Probably.
words. Said fast acting THC tincture.
Yeah, I don't know enough about all that stuff to really be talking about it, to be honest with you. I know it exists, but I don't know. I'm not a pothead, so. I'm not a bad person like you
Smokey
guys are.
J. Said more jobs open up if I quit. Smokey J. Said probably feel better too.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about marijuana that you probably should
David
think
D'Angelo
about.
RG. Said this is cool, I love nighttime road trips. Charlie Kirk last words UGHGH. Said Dante smoke dope Smokey it s not worth it the cost etc. Sure it may make you feel better but not worth it s.
Well, the thing
Said Parrot. Said weed has been around for years, it came from Asia will healing properties.
tobacco's been around for years too. What's your point? Guess what else has been around? Opium, freaking cocaine.
Eugene Fleece. Said people said they seen aliens in the sky. Smokey J. Said True Kirk.
But something you should think about when you ingest THC into your system is that
Smokey J. Said what were you gonna say about weed Robo?
if you ever get pulled over for a DUI and they decide that you're under the influence of something, even if you're not at the time, if they decide that and they make you go for a drug test, because now that nowadays they do blood tests and whatnot for drug and alcohol.
Said Parrot. Said it will eventually show health problems. They've never shown any at all so far.
And say there's THC in your system that you took yesterday, that's probably gonna get you a DUI, even if you're not actually drunk or high at the time, because the THC stays in your system for so long. What sucks about that is that you could do heroin or smoke crack the night before, and nobody's alive.
Said tobacco is smoked by Indians and English people. Charlie Kirk last words UGHGH. Said that SA good point. Smokey J. Said sure will Robo you are correct there. Smokey J. Said LMAO I was gonna say that.
I think you probably just live longer if you don't do too many drugs, and that includes over-the-counter stuff, aspirin, and just pills that you would take over the counter.
Crystal smoking. Said guys just smoke crystal at SA and that depressed me.
And then we got the crystal method here. He's a crystal Methodist.
Eugene Fleece. Said I seen JB hunt truck trailers on trains.
Yep. That's how they rob you of your job if you're a truck driver.
Buck Diesel PW. Said my uncle said that it's cool watching another trucker drive. Smokey J. Said death would prolong your life, other than that we are on borrowed time.
Well, you're always dying. I mean, from the moment you hit you finish growing, you start dying. But you don't have to wreck yourself with substances any more than you absolutely have to. I mean, I already don't know what's in the food too much. The drinks and food that you had, you ingest, there's all kinds of crap in that. But
Said regular smokers over days to leave system and longest drug to stay in your system, that's why they call it devil's lettuce.
they got you know,
Crystal smoking. Said trust me I am a trucker and I use meth to stay up. It's funny though cause I vape piston cups, the tweakers drink it for the meth I guess. Smokey J.
I don't know.
Said health is wealth I think they say.
I just think that, you know, the less, you know, substances you can put into your body, the better. And I know that I smoked for a long time, and I'm probably a hypocrite, but I don't take a lot of medications or anything like that, like cold medicine, stuff like that. I try not to take too much, like, pain medication. I think you'd be better off in the long run if you don't have a bunch of chemicals floating around in your body. You can definitely break your liver on just aspirin alone.
Said with you there Robo and processed meat. Eugene please. Said I don't he take a lot of medicines less it as necessary. Crystal smoking. Said my name may say smoky but I snort it cause it s better, the only issue is now my nose has a hole between the two from snorting it. Buck Diesel PW. Said in West Virginia we were going to Maryland to pick up a load and then we stop at this Pilot gas station in the middle of West Virginia and it had a Moe's inside.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Smokey J. Said WTF.
I've been to that Pilot a few times.
Diesel PW. Said I don't usually see that in Pilot gas stations. Crystal smoking.
No, there's only a
Said
couple.
to be honest with you the lot lizards like my crystal but it makes me styling not work sadly.
Whatever,
Eugene
man.
please. Said you ever heard of Flying J truck stops?
Yes. Flying J and Pilot are the same company. Pilot bought out Flying J a long time ago. What, about 15
Eugene,
years
please.
ago, something like that?
Said I've been to Love's truck stops.
Lowe's used to be alright. Now they get overrun with douchebags, so.
Smokey J. Said if you're a trucker you know every truck stop knowing to man. Buck Diesel PW. Said it is pretty rare to see a Moe's Southern restaurant at a gas station. Snowman Rick. Said crystal smoking keep it clean.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 Pilots or Flying J's that have a Moe's. I think there's one out in Iowa's got Taco John's in it. That's pretty good.
Eugene please. Said I've been to Sadler truck stops.
There's a Flying J in Rutherford Glen and another one up in
Crystal smoking. Said my bad snowman I was just trying to see if Robo can relate as a fellow trucker.
Okay.
Smokey J.
You're not a
Said
trucker.
Taco John S is okay.
But there's a Flying J in Rutherford Glen and another one in Elkton, Maryland that have Golden Corrals in them.
Buck Diesel PW. Said mostly Subways and McDonald's S.
But I wouldn't try try going to the Golden Corral at the Flying J.
Said I've been to Simmons truck stops. Amar Sadukan said hello.
Hello. Yeah, I've been to Simmons. I stopped there not that long ago, scouting my load. They'll give me free coffee, most of the time too.
Snowman Rick said crystal smoking. It was BTHE Lot Lizard I was talking about, thanks. Smokey J said I hope you're not a trucker, Crystal. That's all someone needs is to be driving next to you.
He's not a truck
Buck
driver.
Diesel PW said me and my uncle mostly stop at pilot gas stations to sleep it because they have showers. Chest lights said Robo I accidentally tore my ACL, can you give me yours? Heavy Metal Hustle said worst truck stop I ever been to was the TA in Baltimore.
No, yeah. Which one? The one downtown Baltimore?
Said Emporia and Bracy, Virginia got Simmons truck stops.
Or the one in Jessup? That one right there in Baltimore is terrible.
Alan Clutterham said you would have done east to west by now in UK miles Fishguard to Folkestone Mall.
Well, it's a lot bigger country than the UK.
Heavy Metal Hustle said yes, downtown Baltimore right off the bridge, absolute asshole.
Yeah, that place is a dump, man. I won't stop there. Yeah, Maryland's bad for truck stops, man, but that one in particular is bad. If I stop at any truck stops in Maryland, it's the one up there in Elkton, that's it. The rest of them can kiss my ass.
Please said you ever stop at Simmons truck stop at Emporia, Virginia. Buck Diesel PW
Just told you.
said the only thing that sucks about driving and truck stopping is that you can go into a Bucci S.
Can't go hardly anywhere. But Buc-ee's, you're right, you can't go to Buc-ee's. And that's why
Eugene,
Buc-ee's is on my list.
Said okay. Chest lights said Shell gives me 20 cents off on gas, so Shell is my favorite.
Okay. There aren't really any Shell stations anymore. They're mostly like 7-Elevens or other brands
Smokey
that have
J
that gas.
said Buc-ee's can get screwed.
Yeah, man, I don't like Buc-ee's. And it's only because they discriminate directly towards truck drivers. It's not, there's no other, because you can go buy a Buc-ee's and see all kinds of other different types of vehicles in there. Hot shots, straight trucks, big ass RVs, buses, all that stuff. And those are all welcome, but you bobtail in there with a truck and they're going to kick you out of there. That's just wrong. Even Starbucks, they're frou-frou nonsense.
Said that's exactly why I don't like them. Heavy Metal Hustle said Buc-ee's is just an overpriced tourist trap, no love for truckers, screw em. Buck Diesel PW said mostly 11 Pilots loves gas stations. Smokey J said very wrong. Alan Clutterham said you want to carry a push bike after parking up, can get to places then. Chest lights said 2 drunk drivers back to back.
Yeah, that last one, man, he was all over on the left shoulder.
Eugene Please said Texaco is now Kangaroo Store.
I'm not crowding the middle lane, the line, so there's no reason for that. But again, I'm going slow. I'm only doing 35. Going up a hill. I may lose my signal for a while because I usually do through here.
Heavy Metal Hustle said what mountain you going through, driver?
I don't know what the hell this mountain's called. It's over on 64, west of Lexington.
Diesel PW. Said it S mostly 7-Eleven gas stations, Pilot gas stations and Love's gas stations. Those are the only common gas stations on the freeway. Smokey J. Said I'd guess it as someone who is scared to be next to a truck. Smokey J. Said probably on their phone to be honest. Eugene Please. Said reason why I like Love Truck Stop because of McDonald's restaurant. Eugene Please. Said I used to like Huddle House restaurants. Smokey J. Said man I remember when McDonald's had mild hot sauce. Eugene Please.
I never had
Said
it.
yes.
I've never had. What are you talking about for chicken nuggets?
Clutterham. Said MC Donald S. So wrong, fast food no good and always take home food on travels. Austrian Painter MC. Said they got mild picante sauce. Chest lights. Said Robo where were you during Hurricane Katrina, were you riding the storm? Smokey J.
Shit, I
Said
don't
no
know.
like the breakfast burritos. Smokey J. Said not at my McDonald's they Donti Austria. Super WQT. Said it appears I mistakenly have made a poopies. Snowman Rick. Said Buffin. Smokey J. Said yes he said it was gonna be shitty. Eugene Please. Said I love sweet and cereal sauce. Buck Diesel PW. Said the breakfast that I get is always from McDonald's because my uncle asks for breakfast too much. Esther Van Horn. Said hello Robo have a nice day. Smokey
Hello.
J. Said bad area. Doggy YD. Said stream died. Cherry Blossom ZD. Said funny. Alan Clutterham. Said have a safe journey Robo.
Still dead or?
Smokey J. Said we back. Smokey J. Said caught up now lol.
Yeah, it always, my phone signal always
Pitbull
dies through
DX.
there.
Said I have made a new piece. Smokey J. Said should get a diaper fit.
What? Oh.
Snowman Rick. Said Rob do you ever drive during the day?
Yeah, I do. But my day doesn't start until 2 o'clock, so. I have to suffer through it until the sun goes down and all the freaks go inside. Then I can be free.
Smokey J. Said nighttime is the best time to drive. Meta X. Said freedom baby.
That was terrible today. A bunch of dumbasses out there wanting to. You got people doing 90 miles an hour, and then you got people wanting to do 50 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. It's just stressful driving with people like that.
Pitbull VX. Said can someone PLS change my diaper? Eugene please. Said when you drive you feel the truck pulling the trailer is pulling you.
What?
Smokey J. Said everyone wants to go fast and ride ass. Meta X. Said last couple days cops everywhere.
Most people want to. The problem is there's that group of people out there who want to go slow. And I don't have a problem with them, but what bugs me is the people who want to do right around 63, 64, but they're back and forth between, like going between like 58 to 63 miles an hour. And it's like, just let me pass. But then if you pass, they wake up and decide, oh, I need to get around him, and then get in front of you and slow down again. So, I don't want to fight with you. Just drive your drive. Get away from me. But you get a lot less of that at night. A lot less ding-dong nonsense on the roads at night. There's other kind of stuff that you have to deal with, but I like it better.
Eugene please. Said police officers is everywhere. Smokey J. Said those to lol especially when they get off the exit and merging at S like dude press the gas. Smokey J.
I'll never understand
Said bipolar drivers.
I'll never understand how some people come down a ramp at 35, 40 miles an hour, get on the road, and then 15 seconds later decide they want to speed up. Like, why aren't you doing the highway speeds by the time you get to the end of the entrance ramp? That's what it's there for. I really don't understand that. I'm glad he ran the other way. Last time I killed a deer was out in this area a couple of weeks ago.
Meta X. Said if I am driving the Supra I am in the left lane doing if I am in my F fuck you guys it only goes. Smokey J. Said lol exactly. Eugene please. Said people are in a hurry these days.
Well, unfortunately we live in a society that forces people to have to drive. Most people really don't want to drive.
Greenhouse
so they get in their cars.
BMX. Said all I wanna do is zoom a zoom zoom and a boom boom.
So they get in their cars and they're impatient, want to get to where they're going. They think that driving 90 miles an hour is going to get them there faster, which it really doesn't. It's tortoise and hare type behavior. You get out there and drive 100 miles an hour and whatnot, but they're stopping all the time, so they're not getting anywhere in a hurry. I get out there and drive 65 miles an hour. I don't stop for nothing. I'll get there first. I am going to stop down here at the Loves. I need to find me a place to shut down for the night. I got 2 hours and 43 minutes to drive. I need to plan a stopping point.